Hey everyone, Dr. B here. Thanks for tuning in. Wanted to talk to you guys today about how to find the right therapist and to get the most out of therapy with that therapist. So like with anything else in life, you always want to do your research and find, someone that's a good fit for you. But don't do it on your own necessarily. Ask around, ask family, friends, loved ones, if they know of any good therapists or have friends that know of any good therapists. And then also do your homework, look online, look for people who specialize in whichever area of therapy you're needing support in, whether it's addiction, anxiety, trauma, depression. And then consider the following when you're doing your research. You want to make sure the person is licensed, that they have a lot of experience beyond, school, hopefully, because there's book knowledge and then there's, kind of life experience and knowledge that comes from being a therapist. And so you want to make sure the person that you find has been doing what they've been doing for a while and have a lot of life and lived experience, beyond the school training that they've had as well. But then it's all about the fit. You really want to kind of interview and meet with a couple different therapists. Most therapists will have, do a meet and greet or a phone or video, kind of FaceTime meet and greet with you. And, within 5 or 10 minutes, you can get a feel for a person and figure out whether it's going to be a good fit. The research tells us that when it comes to effectiveness in therapy, the things that matter most are the therapeutic alliance or the connection between you and the therapist, where that, foundation of trust is built and created, and you can use that then, to drive therapy. And then the other big thing is finding a therapist that they believe what they do works and that you also believe works as well. Kind of that buy-in creates a huge outcome effectiveness as well. And the last and most obvious part is kind of just doing the work, kind of showing up, being completely open and honest with your therapist, really not holding anything back. A therapist is not there to judge you or, to kind of label you. They're there to, support you and help you achieve, kind of the best version of yourself in life. And so they can only do that if you're being completely open and honest with them. And in that process, you also really need to figure out what exactly you're struggling with, getting very clear about your challenges as well as your goals, and what life would look like without addiction, depression, anxiety, or trauma in your life. Once you get very clear about those two things, then you and your therapist can really help to, create a treatment plan that addresses those issues. And also know when you guys are done. A lot of times I hear people who are in therapy for years, it's like, okay, well, what are you guys still working on? Like you want to get very clear about what success and health, will look like, so that you'll know when you're there and that you can end therapy at the appropriate time. And then the last part is you get out of therapy what you put into it, right? So you got to do the work, kind of outside the therapy session. If you're only seeing a therapist once a week for an hour, and not doing anything outside of your therapy session, probably not going to see a lot of change very quickly. But if you're going home, practicing whatever you're talking about in session, whatever skills you're learning, whether it's meditation, kind of breath work, relapse prevention, mindfulness skills, the more you practice these things on a daily basis, the more you're going to see, change occurring faster in your life. I've read statistics that not just within therapy, but physical therapy, medicine, medical doctors, that only 20% of patients really do the work or take the medication or do the physical therapy outside of the the therapy or doctor session, which is a pretty low number. So don't be one of those 20%. Be one of the 80% that actually practice the work outside the session. Supplement your therapy sessions with doing reading materials, doing research, about, again, kind of the skills that help you, thrive in life or getting you to where you want to be. Thanks for tuning in. As always, send me an email or direct message me with any topics you'd like me to address in future videos. Thanks for your time. Take care of yourself and others. Peace and love.